Hello and welcome to this introductory video featuring the data import utility that GBMS offers new customers so they can load or transfer their data into GBMS. GBMS's import utility is located under Company Setup, Tables, and Import Utility. This utility is used to help load your most important non-transactional data into GBMS. The tabs at the top of the import form displays all the different types of data that can be currently imported into the GBMS database, such as your CRM data, your customer and vendor information, your item master, your warehouse locations, and your inventory levels. While this import tool is primarily intended to be used during your initial data load, it can also be used later to upload any new data. This tool uses an Excel spreadsheet that has a predefined and formatted worksheet for each of the types of data that can be imported. The process simply requires you to export or transfer your data from your current system and then add it to the appropriate worksheet. If we click on the Download Template button, we can download and save a copy of the data template to our desktop. The first worksheet in this template provides all the instructions needed to fill out the different worksheets. The remaining worksheets are for importing each of the types of data displayed in the import utility form. If we go to the items worksheet, we see all the columns representing the data we can import into the GBMS item master. Each worksheet is pre-formatted with column headings for the detailed data that can be imported for each type of data. Columns in red are required to be filled in, and the remaining columns are optional. If we click on any column heading, we can see a brief description of what type of data this column holds along with any requirements. Some columns require that you select from a drop-down list that has very specific options, such as the item type column. Here there are 7 different selections we can choose from to fill in this column, and we can only choose from one of these selections. Other columns are simply binary selections. For instance, the status can be active, inactive, or for sale can be either yes or no. The more data you can initially import, the more efficient your sales order and purchase order creation will be, since you will have already set all the default parameters that are used on sales orders and purchase orders. And this data will be automatically filled in for you when you create a sales order or a PO. Once we fill in the worksheet, we save it and then follow a simple 2-step process to import it. Let's go to the Locations tab to import some warehouse locations. The first section of any tab may offer some default filters that, if are set and used, will override whatever was entered on the worksheet. So for example, if we decide to set the location type to bin, then all locations that are imported will have bin as its type of location, overriding what we had entered in our locations worksheet. We can also not use some or all of these filters by simply selecting the dash line option. There are 3 simple steps to the import process. First, we locate the Excel spreadsheet. Second, we validate this worksheet for the Import Utility tab we selected. And third, we upload the items. Let's go locate our target file that we created for our locations. Next, we click on the Validate button. If there are any errors in the worksheet, we will get a message to download the errors so we can correct them. Here we receive the message, Validation failed in Locations sheet. So we click on the Download Errors link, open up our Excel spreadsheet, go to our Locations tab, we see that the far right column is a column reserved for error messages. And we do have an error here in our first record, and it has to do with our location type. If we look at our location type for our first record, we can see that there's a typo there. We misspelled bin. So we change this, and we go ahead and save it, and then we try to import it again. We go find our file again, and now we validate it. This time it's successful. So now we want to click on our upload button to upload our locations into the database. This is a success. The results will show in the results section, and if there are any errors or warning, they will show in the errors and warnings section. Here we've uploaded 93 locations into our locations table. It's that simple. New customers can eliminate data migration costs by pulling their own data out of their legacy system and using the GBMS data import utility to upload their data. This concludes our introductory video on the data import utility in GBMS. Thanks for watching, and please watch our other videos that introduce more of the important features of GBMS, and then be sure to contact Geneva Systems to schedule a live demonstration of GBMS.